Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Lebanon Board of Park Commissioners. I'd like to call the meeting to order and let the records show that all members are present except Karen Galvin. And if everyone's had an opportunity to review the minutes from the October 1st meeting, I'd entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
I move that we approve the minutes from the October 1st meeting.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. Under old business this evening, we have Kevin Krulik with project updates.
Thank you very much. Good evening. A couple of project updates around the city. Talk about some of the, non-park related projects, but have some park amenities in them, like the trails that we're building on various road projects. Fordyce Street, we're wrapping that up. The trees went in last week. All those trees have now been transplanted. And basically the punch list is complete, and that project is just being closed out here in the next couple of days with final closeout documentation. So that'll put a bow on that. The next major road project that's on the horizon is Witt Road from Lafayette Avenue up to just north of Austin Drive. That's scheduled for construction to start late next year. We're just in the process at this point of buying right-of-way. So nothing really too exciting. We've probably secured about half of the right-of-way parcels at this point. So we're continuing to work through that process. Wrapping up right-of-way acquisitions by late February in anticipation of bidding in the summer of next year. That will also include a trail along the west side of the road. So we're getting closer and closer to really trying to make sure that everyone in the city is within walking distance of our trail network. So that's definitely one of the goals of this administration. The next road project a couple years out from that is Noble Street. It doesn't bid until 2029, so we got a little bit of time there, just working through all the various environmental studies and things that have to be done as we go through the design process there. Also, we're working on wrapping up our corridor study for State Road 39. This is a study that will help us work with NDOT to consider a possible relinquishment. No guarantee that happens, but it's definitely something we wanted to study further, so we were educated as we went into these conversations with NDOT. But the study that we're putting together is envisioning ways to better move traffic through the corridor, make it safer, provide for a lot more pedestrian activity, provide for trails along the corridor, and really a re-envisioning of what that looks like as it goes through the city. But again, it's a relinquishment study, no guarantee it goes forward, and if it does go forward, on what kind of schedule it would be on. But we know this is something that the state is looking to do to relocate 39 basically south of 47 and make it no longer come through town. So we're trying to get the best opportunity we can for the citizens of Lebanon on that. Jumping into more park-specific projects, Stone Eater, just want to report that we had a great end-of-season state championship race up there on the 27th of October. It was the one bad weather day I think we've had in 6 months, but it rained all day on that Sunday. But that didn't stop anything. I want to thank John George and John Messenger and all the crew at the Parks Department for all the hard work they put into getting that park ready. It really showed really well, and the stone trails, especially even in the rain, they did exactly what they were supposed to do and really proved they were a true all-weather surface for us. So everyone was really pleased. Next major project we're in the planning stages on is the Old Street Garage project. So that master plan is complete. We've also put together a draft RFP that has been circulated to John as well as the mayor's office to review, and we're hoping to wrap up final comments on that and have that in front of the city council on November 10th. so that we can move that RFP process forward with a team selection that will help us build that park. And with the goal of delivering that project in late 2026 or early 2027. The schedule will be defined as we go through the process. But we think that's a possibility, and there is funding in next year's budget to move that forward. Pickleball courts, really nothing left there. Everything's done there. We do have a little bit of money left in the budget. Working with John and staff to see if there's an interest in the additional gates that we've heard some concerns about. So I think we've got enough money to at least do those at both sites if we need to, and make sure that those are functioning the way that everybody needs them to. So we're working on that, and we'll hopefully put that behind us here shortly. At Admiral Longley Park, the perimeter path is now, the bidding is all done. The contracts have all been let. Ace Paving has executed that contract, and it's on the mayor's desk for signatures. They have stated that they are planning to start yet this month, working on the drainage work as well as the pads for the disc golf. Thank you. So it looks like maybe you're going to hear more about that tonight, but we'll be coordinating the actual, I don't know, tee boxes, pads, whatever we call them, but we'll be putting those in hopefully this winter as well. And then most of the paving on the trail will happen in the spring. 312 Thompson Street, East Thompson Street, that bid package for the renovations, including a whole new exterior skin and then upgrading the inside with new heating system, new electrical systems, water spigot, and new overhead doors. That bid package was published, and we'll open bids on that on November 24th. So we'll hope to see good pricing come through on that. The funding of that is partly due to some reimbursement money that we got from Lebanon Utilities associated with the Grant Street project. Happy to report that the Utility Service Board last Wednesday approved that agreement to reimburse us, and the check was received yesterday. So we're moving that forward in the bidding process, along with a couple other small projects. And that's really all I have. Happy to answer any questions or talk about any concerns you might have, though.
Let's have some follow-up. I think a few of us asked for numbers on Stone Eater Bike Park as far as, who shows up, who goes on the weekends, not just the tournament that was recent, but just the day-to-day city use of it. I know you said you'd get back to us on it. I wonder if you had a chance to gather that.
I don't have anything to present to you tonight. I know the park staff as well as the mayor's office has access to all that data, but I will make sure that we pull that report together and send that over to you.
Yeah, I can do that also. I looked on Placer ID, which is a it showed, I think, 1,044 for last month, and I can find out what months they were, but that was the month prior to that there was 1,040. It doesn't pinpoint days. It has kind of a graph, but I'll send that. I looked at it after the last meeting. I apologize for not having a report for you.
And I think that's been the average that Joe has reported to me. It's been about 1,000, 1,200 people a month are visiting the park. That's, put it in perspective, that's nowhere near like the visitation we get in Memorial Park. But for a new park that's open just over a year right now, things are moving in the right direction on the trend there. Anything else?
Any questions for Kevin?
I do have one question.
Yeah.
And this is probably premature, but when Stone Eater was first kind of the vision and was talked about, there was a concept of maybe phases happening, including like a picnic area and things like that. Eventually, obviously, funding is a driving force behind that. I was wondering where we stand on that vision at this time to give it more different kinds of uses.
I don't think anything has really changed with that vision. At this point, though, there's been no funding allocated for this year or going into next year that would help us to execute any of those future visions. So that's something I think we could work with this board and with city council in future budget years. I will say, Senate Enrolled Act 1 is kind of hurting a lot of municipal budgets going into 2026 with the property tax cuts. So I think we're looking at really kind of weathering that storm for the next couple of years before some of those options that are available to us, these new projects that are coming to town, start paying tax revenues. But for right now, I think we're just kind of tighten our belt, so to speak. But definitely still out there. We're not actively, I guess, fundraising for the park, but that's something that could be an opportunity. I know there are a lot of these bike park facilities that really execute their vision for expansion through fundraising opportunities, through donations. So I think that's something that we could look at and trying to make sure that people are aware that we can accept donations and trying to set that vision and seeing if we have any corporate sponsors, or some of these park projects are funded through, small donations through, things like GoFundMe and stuff like that as well. So if that's something you'd like to do, I'd say let's, work with John and staff, and we can help put those things together.
I just know that a lot's been put into it, and certainly there's some usage there, but, thinking of other ways to make use of that or to enhance the
Sure.
existing usage would be kind of cool eventually.
Understood.
Thanks.
I agree. Thank you.
Under new business, we have Kevin Cheney on the, oh, okay.
Yeah, I was just going to introduce Kevin Cheney. He's instrumental in helping us out on some projects with this disc golf. He's already run a couple tournaments down there. He also came up with some design work, and he'll tell you about that. And I just wanted to let him introduce it.
Yeah, thanks, John. Yeah, John's been huge with the course, as well as Billy and his crew. We put the baskets in about almost a year now, I would say. We've had a lot of players come out. We have a scoring app. It's called UDisc. That's where all the players score and track their usage on the course. So I just have some cool stats to share about the course. It rates 4 out of 5 stars, which is good. Obviously, room for improvement. We've seen over 700 different players play the course in the year that the baskets have been in there. And on average, we see about 16 unique players per week come out and play, which is really cool. Like you said, we have ran a couple small events with the hopes of getting the tee signs and pads put in. I would love to have like a weekly league out there to play for the players throughout the spring and the summer, as well as a couple like larger events as well once the course is fully ready. But I do have a tee sign to show you, just an example of kind of what we're looking at here. This is for hole 12, which I believe is in the woods. Just a little par 3, but you can see what the hole looks like, what the fairway looks like there with the trees. And then on the bottom left, you can see the unique sponsor that we have for this hole. In this case, we have the Indy Disc Golf Club. They sponsored this specific tee sign. But it's really cool how we have different businesses and individuals that have sponsored each hole individually, and they've covered the costs up front for all these signs to be made, which is really cool. And love to get your approval on each of these signs and put in the ground here shortly. And along with that, the concrete tee pads poured as well. So
Which will help our rating.
again, yeah. And once the course is ready, the ratings hopefully on the course will be perfect 5 out of 5 stars as well. So, yep. Any questions on the course?
No, I really wasn't aware it was utilized that much, so that's nice to hear.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what did you need from us?
We really just wanted to get those tee signs approved because each of them are unique. Obviously, we have some names and some businesses that are on those sponsorships to make sure those are approved and good to go. Some of those are from like local companies or companies that are owned by disc golfers that wanted to be involved. So just get those approved so we can have them up on display. And of course, if they get damaged or stolen, which is a possibility, we do have the cost covered to replace those as well. So just want to get those approved. Yeah.
Motion.
Could we
Does
see a
anybody
quick
have
list
any-
of the sponsors and stuff that are on there? So there's 18 sponsors on those
Yes,
signs.
I have all 18 here today. Yep.
All right. Is it possible to see a quick list of all those sponsors that are on there?
I don't have a list in front of me, but I have all the T signs. If you want to go through them, you certainly can.
Yeah, we just, I mean, real quick, not all, just shuffle through them and take a
Yeah,
look at
yeah,
them,
of course.
if you want to bring them up.
Yeah. Was there any other questions I can help with? Disc golf is blowing up in the Midwest, specifically Indiana, Illinois, and Michigan. It's huge. I know the Carmel area, the Indy area. I came from Hendricks County, from Brownsburg, where it's blowing up. We have a weekly league there every week where we have like 30 to 40 players come out every week to play. And I love seeing the sport grow. And this is just another way for Boone County as well as surrounding counties to get involved with the sport and get new players out from, all over to join us to play. So thank you for your time. And yeah, I'll get those signs out for you.
Or is there a way to just put them on that little camera and so we can all see them each of them at the same time or something?
Yeah, absolutely.
Does
Yeah,
that work?
I can pull them up. Yeah.
I was thinking time efficiency maybe.
While you're looking at that, I just want to say Vince Brooks started Boone County Disc Golf Course some years back. There again, we had a water plant come in. We had found out one of the areas was in a floodway and or flood zone, whatever. Anyway, we had to take those baskets out. We cleaned up the wooded area and go ahead. You can start showing them, Kevin. I can talk. And yeah, anyway, Kevin's taken on the responsibility with a few others and appreciate his input and help. Who is that one? You go ahead and talk about each
Yeah,
one of
so
them.
this is just an individual. His name is Angelo. So he just personally paid for the sponsorship and put a quote there as well. Hole 2 is sponsored by a disc golf shop in Indianapolis called Disc Golf Mart. They are involved with running a lot of events and vending and getting equipment and merchandise out to players. Hole 3, again, is sponsored by a individual who works on Subarus. He is a local friend of mine who, the disc golf owned shop there. Hole 4 is sponsored by a family of disc golfers that are involved with the Boone County and Hendricks County area. Hole 5 is a disc golfer who runs a HVAC company. It's called Gore-Tech. I believe he has sponsored a couple holes here. Hole 6 is the Moontown Brewing Company. They're in Whitestown. They are also big advocates of disc golf. Hole 7 is C2 Productions, which is a production company that films tournaments around the state. Hole 8 is, again, sponsored by another family of Angelo, who has sponsored Hole 1. Hole 9 is Rand Gray, another individual. Hole 10 is one of my buddies, Mac, sponsored Hole 10 there. Hole 11, sponsored by myself and Vince Brooks, who was the original course designer. Hole 13, I skipped 12. I already showed you 12. 13 is another group of players that got their funds together to sponsor this hole. 14, again, is Gore-Tech. 15 is Hattie's Coffee House here in Lebanon, or in Whitestown, I believe. Hole 16 is sponsored by Cardinal Disc Golf, which is a disc golf company started by one of my buddies. They sell jerseys and other equipment. 17, again, is Disc Golf Mart. And 18 is in memory of one of my buddy's father. His name was John Collins. He actually passed away at the park. He played hole 18, and he had a cardiac arrest and passed away on the course. So we dedicated hole 18 in memory of him.
What does OB stand for?
OB stands for out of bounds.
Thank you.
Thank you for all your work that you've done in that. And I guess if we want to approve the signs, I'd entertain a motion to approve the signs.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion granted.
And I saw on there that Vince Brooks was one of the sponsors with you.
Yes,
He used to teach here in Lebanon,
that's right. That's right.
and
Yeah.
he was my granddaughter's favorite teacher.
Was he? He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Great guy. I know
Tell Vince that.
he actually built a course in Putnam County, which is where he works and coaches now. So he has started a course down there too, which is cool. Yeah, he's been a great help as well. All right. Thank you.
Next on the agenda is the director's report.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank Kevin again for coming out today and all the hard work he's put in along with his group. Did a nice job. We'll start off with Memorial Park, prep for Lincoln Days. Had quite a bit of prep for that. Had a pretty good crowd, a little down from past years. Fall cleanup of the beds, we've started that, pretty well completed Memorial. Several trees we planted. I want to thank Kevin. There were some extras from Fordyce Street. We spread a couple out at Memorial. Nice donation. Several trees removed and grinded the stumps. 3 memorial benches installed this past month in October. Held just quite a few events, that's for sure. Seemed like every weekend there was something going on at the park, which is great. Kind of slowed down now the month of November and the cooler weather. Playgrounds inspected. We made a few minor repairs and graffiti removed. We're looking at that surface at the all-inclusive playground that we're trying to patch up there too. That's our first little error that we had over there, but we'll correct it. Baseball infield refurbished. We brought in loads of dirt, leveled it, and seeded it. Seed came up real good, graded it. There again, want to thank Kevin Kays from the high school. He helped us out with that project and gave us some nice sifted dirt and really helped out quite a bit, and I appreciate all his help and everything, and some equipment swapping that we did that it really helps out, but he does a fantastic job, and his crew. Firewood, of course, we got firewood split and stacked and ready for the cabin through the winter. Picnic tables, we assessed all the ones that we need to repair this winter, cleaned up some of the old ones. We'll be doing that throughout the winter. The ground's been treated and fertilized throughout the park, and it's just too dry to aerate. If we get some rain sometime, and hopefully not snow, we will get out there and aerate. Seashore Water Park, we've winterized everything, power washed everything from top to bottom. All the loungers and all the surfaces. Repairs were identified, and the slides, buffed the inside of those and got them all prepared for next season. Concession stand cleaned and winterized, waiting for new countertops. We're going to try and get those installed at the end of the week, or the way it's looking, possibly into next week. Got the heaters installed in the pump houses and the bath houses, wherever we need them, so we don't have any pipes freezing throughout the winter. Appreciate that all getting done. And there again, all the bath houses are prepped for the winter. Excuse me. And just a note, on this coming Friday through Wednesday, we're going to shut the restroom down by the playground. It's going to be closed due to the freezing temperatures. We'll open those back up temporarily until temperatures really start taking a nosedive. But we saw the future next week. We got 20s through Tuesday. Wednesday, we'll keep them closed, but we'll open them back up for until the weather dives again, and then we'll shut them. What we're trying to do is keep those open because we have quite a crowd for the Christmas parade, and if we can keep them open just a little bit longer. So we'll shut them down, put heaters in there so nothing freezes, and since it's just a short-term period that it's going to be cold, I think we'll be safe, crossing fingers. The Hot Pond Park, there again, treated and fertilized out there. The fountains were moved. The fountain was and cleaned, and then we've stored it for the winter. Also too dry to aerate, and a couple of trees planted, also treated the pond. There again, those were trees that were from the Fordyce project that we got a plan out there. We appreciate that. Had a couple big groups out there from Traders Point, and we cleaned it up quite a bit and did some prep work out there. So the shelter was nice, and they really appreciated and enjoyed it. Ruth Brookshire Park, past month, trees. I think we removed just one tree out there, big one, and then ground the stumps. And as far as that goes, pretty well just mulching the leaves and cutting it down. Big Four Trail, several trees removed. These windy days just take quite a hit. We have to go down. I think Billy went down it again today, and Joel you have to go down it because there's always a big tree falling down from way off that we can't get to through the thicket and the brush. So we have to, any windy day, anybody notices a tree, give us a call. We'll be out there within the half hour or hour and take care of it. But yeah, they had to take down several. There again, heaved areas and paved areas were repaired this past month. Got out to about Dead End Road, maybe a little past that. The street department came out, DPW, and helped us out. They have a new machine where they can do some paving, some light paving work. So they helped us cut it out, put some stone down, and repaired these. It's just heaving. It's that slag steel that's underneath, and it just puckers. And we've tried to identify with spray paint. So as you go on further north, look out all the way to 500 until you hit that new pavement. There's some areas that are a little dangerous, to be quite honest. And we're doing the best we can, but thank goodness the street department is helping us out on a few. We had a night ride out there. I think Kevin's wife, Missy, had a group go out, Witch's Ride, I believe it was, and they complimented how nice it was, but I know there's some areas that are pretty rocky out there. So another note on that too, there's a lift station going out on Dead End Road. Just be careful. We put barricades out there so people can still get around, walk and ride their bicycles, but it's just to slow you down in case so you don't run into any construction work that's going on. I'm not sure what their deadline is on that, or but I know they're moving quite rapidly to get that lift station in. Stone Eater Bike Park, again, as Kevin said, it was nice other than the day, and I'm sure the kids might have enjoyed it, but boy, the parents and everybody else around, and I'm sure, Kevin, you didn't enjoy it at all. That was nasty, the wind blowing, but they did a nice job. It was nice to see everybody out. There again, a lot of hard work went into it, especially with Kevin, and he's done an outstanding job. And our crew, obviously, spent some time out there, and John George and his sidekick. Anyway, applied Dusty 12s, graded it, wet it down, rolled stone on portions of the trail, pretty much all the gravel trail. Cut back brush, nicked the areas, skilled trails, rolled the grassy areas. After the rains came and there was some, the tire marks, we rolled those out and prepped for the NICA race, which was successful. It's nice that they come here. Abner Longley Park, excuse me, all parking areas were painted. Again, DPW came out and helped us out with just prettying up the parking spaces and putting some new paint down. We had to prep for Colonial Days, Market Days, which was very successful. They did a real nice job of their cleanup also. I would welcome them back next year. Again, it was a little different. They went further in the woods, but boy, the compliments we heard, and I know they had over 1,000, I believe, on Saturday. I don't know what their Sunday was like, but it was, again, pretty weather, and the compliments from the people out of town that came in really enjoyed it. We removed several trees down there and grinded stumps. Several trees were planted again. We put them throughout there, and also in the dog park, we planted 2 or 3 trees. I think 2 in the large dogs, 1 in the small dog. They're wanting shade there, and these won't grow as tall, so we're safe with the KV69 that runs over. Got that approved to do that. New equipment will be delivered Friday. We'll assemble it and get it out to the dog park, and really excited. That's that $10,000 grant that we got from Solid Waste. Jennifer Lawrence helped us out with that project, and we were awarded that $10,000 that we got to put in the dog park features. Playground was inspected there. Looked good. It's new, thanks to Kiwanis. Mulch installed on walking trail around the pond. Again, prettied it up, looks nice. It's also too dry to aerate out there. And we removed the 2 fountains, cleaned them up, and stored them for the winter. Downtown, cleaned up all the beds downtown, did a fall cleanup. There again, grounds treated, ready for the winter. What you'll see in the next Thursday, You'll see the utilities come out and help us at, I think it's 5:30 in the morning Wednesday. We'll put all the fall decorations, the hanging ones around, and then right behind that, we'll put the big Christmas tree up in front of the courthouse. We will have to light all the ones that are up around the courthouse and down Main Street. It's just to get that bucket truck in and out of there, and the utilities helping us, it's just easier to wire them in and plug them in. So they'll be lit up probably a couple weeks earlier than Thanksgiving. We're not trying to jump the gun, but it is what it is, and they're pretty. So, yeah, just be light on us. Right now, if you drive through Memorial Park, you'll see all our lights are lit up there because we did all the decorations there. You'll see they're lit up. We'll unplug those, though, probably tomorrow. We want to see that they all are working. We will unplug the ones at Memorial Park and plug them in the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So, I know it's 2 days early. They look nice, but anyway, just want to let you know that we just testing them. They aren't going to be on. I know that upsets people. I think they look pretty, though, myself. Getting back to the Gene Haas, Vincennes there, and DPW, we, again, cleaned up the beds and also treated the grounds, fertilized, and then we removed that fountain and cleaned it up and stored it for the winter. Reese Park, what we do out at Reese? Okay, treated and fertilized, and then slit seeded. We borrowed the equipment from the school system, and it's a nice slit seeder. Hopefully that'll come in real thick in the spring. We're still waiting on the utilities, find out if they have contingency money left to see if they can pave that gravel area. Brett, you're familiar with that gravel area. That'd be nice to have that paved over there. There again, they are doing some work, so there still is some equipment over there. There again, it's too dry to aerate, but we did see the majority of the field, so hopefully that'll come in real nice, and then we'll touch it up in the spring. As I said, Christmas displays are installed at Memorial Park, and our light poles are completed for the most part. Utility and park staff will be installing Christmas lights downtown Wednesday morning, the 12th at 5:30 a.m. to avoid any parking issues with the county or any patrons. Some overhead decorations will be on prior to Thanksgiving due to taking advantage of utility workers' availability and the beautiful weather we have. It's just rather than sending guys out, we'll be working in all conditions as we always do. But these Christmas lights, if we can get them up on 60-degree days versus 20-degree days, you have a lot better, happier campers at the workforce. So we're doing our best anyway. Programs and events. Our Fall Pickleball League has wrapped up. The top 3 teams received medals, had a great turnout, and we look forward to the spring. Our very own Allison Morton came in 3rd, and her dad. So I just wanted to plug that anyway. Hustle in the Heartland, a run walkathon was able to donate $1,200 to ILADD Inc. after their event in Memorial Park on October 11th. ILADD is Independent Living for Adults with developmental disabilities. If you saw, you had all kinds of, you had wheelchairs, 8 hours. And I'm telling you, some of them were troopers. They were going around there. I just want to thank everybody. I saw even the, I'm trying to think what's their name? John Centera was out there with his group, and it's just nice to see him. Yeah.
Fitness.
Thank you. Anytime Fitness. Gosh, I was driving. I had driven home tonight thinking, what was that? But anyway, they did a real nice, neat, little wood plaques that actually he burned in how many laps they made, and some of them made an incredible amount. I saw, it was probably 2:00. I saw 36 laps had been made, and that's 36 miles. So, keep trucking on. I drive rather than walk myself or run. There you go. But no, they enjoyed it, and $1,200 to that is just awesome. I thank them, and I think they will be back. They enjoyed our facility. Last week, Traders Point brought in about 40 kids each day, 40 to 50 kids with their 15 chaperones, parents, what have you, at the hot pond. They were here on Tuesday and Wednesday a couple of weeks ago, and the weather was pretty good. It got a little chilly on Wednesday, but they were happy to see them. Really neat to see all these kids, and they caught some nice fish. There was bass caught. I think I sent a couple of you some pictures. Nice catfish, and it's just nice to experience the outdoors. Had a great time. So that's what it's all about. And they got them out of school. They just got back from fall break, and I think it eased them into teaching or learning again. So what a teacher. That's great. Wish that I had that back in the day. Anyway, Pumpkins in the Park took place on Saturday, the 25th at Memorial Park, and we had a great event. Weather worked out well, and we had a pretty nice crowd, around 250 or more people. I'd like to give a special thank you to our sponsors, Four Branches by John Lastly for sponsoring all the pumpkins, 7M's Lebanon IGA for sponsoring our s'more station, and Timmons Feed and Supply for letting us borrow straw for the hayride. Also, having Journey Ray Band again this year for their live music. Look forward to next year. They also played downtown for Mischief. They're just a good group. And all the volunteers at the park and workers. It's just really nice for all of them to get out. Nice hayride. It was just a nice day. The Colonial Market Days and Revolutionary War encampment took place this past month at Abner. They had a great event, saw around 1,000 people, I think, just on Saturday, let alone Sunday's event and some Friday. It's a unique event, and we're happy to host them. Got a lot of compliments about our park system. NICA hosted their final race of 2025 season last month at Stone Eater Bike Park weekend. Again, the rain didn't stop them from having a great time. That's the racers. I don't know about the patrons that were watching, but boy, some troopers there. It was nice to have them. YMCA will be hosting their Veterans Day drive-through in Memorial Park on Monday, November 10th. Look forward to that. They're going to put some signage out Sunday just to remind the veterans that they can come in for free lunches. Our 2025 Christmas parade will be held here before we know it. Visit our website to register your float or give our office a call. The parade continues to get bigger every year, and I'd love to have you join us. I think we had 6 or 7 already signed up before we hit this November, so that's really cool. Hopefully we get a nice group. Our 2025 Christmas in the Cabin will take place on Saturday the 7th. Come anytime between 9:30 and 12:30 to visit with Santa, enjoy cookies and hot chocolate, making a craft. This event will be $5 per child. Carriage rides filled up extremely fast again this year, and they are sold out. I love being able to provide this opportunity to the city of Lebanon. And thank you to our carriage sponsor, Home National Bank. Have 2, and they filled up within 15 minutes. We tried an online thing. There was a little glitch. We've corrected it as quick as we can. And there again, it was filled up 26 rides in 15 minutes or less, I think. So we've tried it several ways. We've tried calling in. That's the best way we know to do it, is where everybody has a fair shot after 5 o'clock. And boy, it filled up. And I'm sorry for the ones that don't get to. I know there's a ride downtown that you can get on through the heart of Lebanon. It's a bus ride that goes through. We did do a carriage ride. This group came back out and did carriage rides on their own throughout the park. And I don't know if they're going to do that, but I'll let everyone know next month if they were going to do that again. And that is all I had for last month.
Busy as usual.
Yes.
Yeah. Any questions for John?
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Board has no other questions for anybody. I'd entertain a motion to pay the bills.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
A second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carried. And if there's nothing else to come before the board tonight, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll move that we adjourn.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carried. Thank you for joining us this evening.